We'll go ahead and get started. Georgia Tech baseball post-game media availability with head coach Danny Hall. Coach, if you could open us up with some remarks before we take questions.
Well, I think, kind of what I told the team. I think that, we see flashes of, just things coming together, but then we, it seemed like tonight in particular, we walked the guy and then gave up an extra base hit. We did that twice and they hit home runs. And then Chance Huff looks like he's cruising, gets 2 outs, walks 2 guys, brings Siegel in, and he hangs a breaking ball to our nemesis, Mr. Williams. And, they tack a couple more runs on. Probably more frustrated with our offense tonight. I just felt like we should have, swung the bat way better, and we just didn't do it. And that is frustrating because I think, we're capable of scoring runs, but right now we're just not putting enough good at bats 1 through 9 together to get some runs. And it's frustrating. I mean, our home record is just atrocious right now. And that's frustrating. We play at home, play in a great facility, and just haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Okay, if you have a question for Coach Hall, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Danny, you gave Grissom his first start of the year. What did you see from him in the 2 innings that he pitched?
First inning was really good. It was just great to see him out there. I think he's got a chance to begin. It's a tough assignment. Your first college starts against an SEC team, and second inning, he was one of those that got in a little trouble by walking a guy, and then just made a bad pitch on I think it was Ware that hit the home run on him. Fastball up. He was behind in the count, and Ware did a great job of hitting it into the scoreboard. But it's good to see him out there. We felt like 37 pitches was perfect for him. And, we'll keep bringing him along. But I think he can definitely – he's just going to do nothing but get better.
Next question comes from Patience Veitch.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the team's approach at the plate when runners are in scoring position?
Well, you're just trying to get a good pitch to hit, just tonight we seemed like when we hit a ball hard, we hit it right at them. I think, we lined into a double play. We hit another ball lined out to the shortstop, and then somebody I know late, might have been Parada, lined out to the left fielder. And sometimes that's just, not being lucky, I guess, when you hit the ball right at somebody. Probably the inning that just frustrated me a little bit was the 8th. Got bases loaded, middle of the order up, and we come out of there with only 1 run. That was kind of our chance to get back in it. And we just didn't hit the baseball, get that big hit when you need it.
Next question comes from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Danny. How did Marquise kind of respond after his outing, and kind of what are your plans for him going forward?
Well, we'll keep trying to build his pitch count up. And, Marquise is just he's a great kid. I mean, I equate him to like a Labrador retriever. He shows up, he's going to play. He wants to, he always has a smile on his face. He's a hard worker, and he'll do nothing but get better just because he's got, just a positive attitude about everything that he does. And he cares, he wants to do good. And like I said, he'll continue to get better.
Next question comes from Russell Johnson from Rivals.
After seeing this lineup for a second consecutive game, what are your thoughts on the way that Trace has performed in the leadoff spot?
He may be, one of the few guys tonight that had good at bats. He hit 2 balls hard. He walked twice. He's getting on base. That's why we did it. But we have to have some production behind him. You look just the next few guys, 3 straight offers, I think, in there. And so we just weren't able to take advantage of him getting on base a lot. But I thought he's done well there. You know, I'm not sure that that combination, the way we've done it, is the answer, but we're searching for it. I know that. You know, we're searching for everything and trying to get, you know, the best combination of guys that can play well together. And just tonight, we didn't do it.
Another question from Rod McKenzie.
Hey, Danny, going back to that eighth inning with the bases loaded and one out, it seemed like their pitcher was struggling a little to find the strike zone. I guess if you had your druthers, you would have maybe wanted your hitters to be a little more patient at the plate.
Yeah, possibly, for sure. You know, and you know, we had the right guy at the plate. Like, I'd love to have Luke Waddell there in that situation all the time. I mean, he's a great player and great hitter, and you know, I guarantee you he wishes that he would have got a lot more out of that than a sac fly. But you know, you may be 100% right that if we'd have been a little more patient, maybe he gets a little better pitch. But I honestly think the pitch he swung at was a good pitch to hit. He just ended up hitting a sac fly and instead of hitting it up the gap somewhere, which we were hoping he'd do.
We've got time for a few more for Coach Hall. We'll take another one from Patience Feich.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about walking batters? And do you feel if that gets cleaned up, there will be more wins going forward?
Oh, 100% on that. You know, I mean, I know none of our pitchers are trying to walk people, and you know, it just seems like it's you know, when it happens that, you know, I think everybody's going to walk guys. So I mean, it's very rare that somebody's not going to get through a game without walking anybody. And so when that happens, you just have to refocus and make sure that you concentrate and throw good pitches to the next guy or the next guy. And we just didn't do that tonight. We, like I said earlier, we got a ball up on, you know, on Ware, a fastball that he hit. Williams, I mean, you know, it's just Dawson just ended up throwing a ball kind of right in the middle of the plate, and he didn't miss it. And then, you know, after Chance walked a couple guys, you know, we brought in Siegel left on left with Williams, and, you know, he just didn't throw his breaking ball where he needed to throw it. And Williams didn't miss it. So, you know, walks will hurt you. You know, if you let the walk bother you, I think mentally, and I think that's been our biggest thing is that we're walking guys and then we're just doubling up on it and making bad pitches after we walk somebody on the next guy.
Okay, we'll take two more. We'll take one from Russell Johnson, and then we'll wrap up with the last one from Ken Segura. Russell?
Is there anything you've seen the last few games from Parada that have been different from what you saw earlier in the season in terms of his approach? Or do you think it's more teams kind of adjusting throughout the year?
I think you know, it's more probably it's just impossible to hit at the stretch that he was hitting at. The one thing that I think, you know, I've noticed a little bit is maybe he's a little more anxious and not necessarily getting a really, really good pitch to hit. He's just swinging and you know, making some outs kind of on a pitcher's pitch. But he has a great attitude. He's a hard worker. I don't think anybody would expect that guy to, you know, hit at the clip that he was hitting at. But I do think he could probably be just a tick more patient and try to get just a little bit better pitch that, you know, he's capable of hitting. Almost hit a home run tonight. I mean, put the guy right against the wall and right. That was a really, really good swing on a breaking ball. And so, you know, sometimes the ball just doesn't go where you need it to go.
Okay, Ken, if you could, please wrap us up.
Sure, Danny, I'm sure there's something you'd rather contemplate if you guys had won, but obviously to have, you know, the son of two sons of that 95 team, you know, Peyton Glavin and Marquise pitching and both being the pitchers of record. I'm curious if you had any thoughts about that occurring, you know, obviously in the city where both those guys, you know, where the Braves played.
No, I think it's great. You know, I love Marquise Grissom Sr. and he's done a great job. He and his, you know, Marquise's mom have done a great job of raising him. And, you know, we're thrilled to have him. And I personally know Tom Glavin and I know Peyton Glavin. You know, they went to, I guess, middle school with my son Colin, so have known them a while. And you hit it right on the head. I'm not happy that Peyton Glavin carved us up here tonight, but it's pretty special when you have two players of that caliber, one a Hall of Famer and one that seems like he played 20 plus years in Grissom Senior. That's pretty special.
Thank you, Danny.
Coach, thanks a lot. Everybody on the call, thank you guys. We'll talk to everybody soon.
Thank you.